They sent the paper, said I'm reckless, had to check it. All about some plastic bricks, my content got them hectic. Walked in for the reaction, now they threatening litigation. Bam, better call Saul, this a hostile situation. They don't know about the hustle, man, this secondary market muscle. Building up an empire, making all the profits double. Yeah, better call Saul, tell him check the fine print. Bam, better call Saul, tell him check the fine print.
Good evening, everyone. How you doing tonight? Tonight I'm going to continue my tarot investigation of Reckless Ben versus Bricks Minifigs. And our first question is on the board, scrolling on the bottom. Hello, Angie. Hello, Tina. So the first question, what obscene obstacles or legal consequences face Ben and his posse as a result of their aggressive guerrilla-style activism? I don't even think it's guerrilla style. I think it's just unorthodox. You know, they're just fighting for the little guy. And if you've got any questions, go ahead and just put them in the comments. And as I see them come up on the TV screen, I'll star them, and I'll take that question before I take others. Get my deck out here. Okay. What are the consequences or legal action? Well, the reverse Nine of Swords. Ben isn't losing any sleep over this. You know, he's young. He's kind of an adrenaline junkie, you know, doing the slacklining and stuff. And he's really pretty much unflappable. You know, all he says is dang, or really. So the legal consequences are going to be, we've got the Four of Coins, which is the hoarder. So, you know, it is going to cost money to mount their legal defense. And since there's multiple of them, and it looks like they're probably going to take separate trials or cases or whatever. They're going to have to fight it on each their own. The only thing that I think everybody will prevail on the human rights violations from or civil rights violations from the American Fort Police Department. I don't know what's going to come of trespassing charges or public picketing or, you know, whatever on that. Their outcome is the Four of Wands, which is, you know, sort of the happy families, the marriage cards. You know, they're going to come out just fine. And I think the inadvertent thing that Bricks and Minifigs didn't want to come out of this is there's going to be there's going to be more fame and more notoriety for Ben. Sheldon and Tyler will get a little bit of fame and publicity out of this too. So, you know, I think they're going to be okay when all is said and done. It doesn't look like it at the moment, but you know, they're young and they'll come out of this. The next question: what energy surrounds the recent arrests of Ben's team members, his driver Tyler? What will be the outcome of these charges? Well, they were definitely railroaded. There was no legal reason to stop them for the drug search. There was no probable cause. They just stopped the car because they knew that they were in the area. So, there was no trespassing, nothing else. We have the Four of Swords. They're going to rest on it. So I think um, legal process, they'll Bricks and Minifigs will drag their feet. Hello, Hershey.
Hi.
I think Bricks and Minifigs will drag their feet on this and um, try to put out more restraining orders and silence things. In the meantime, that I think they're going to do everything they can to block part three of Ben's story, but uh, eventually he'll get to play it and air it. Um, the nostalgia card, Bricks and Minifigs wants it to be the way it always was. They want the nostalgia. Lego is a nostalgia toy, and that's why all these baby boomers and Gen Xers and millennials are um, keeping these trends alive with these very expensive plastic bricks, um, insanely expensive plastic bricks. But what is the outcome for Tyler? Uh, he's the one who is most wronged because he is a citizen of American Fork, just like Joshua is, and they were not protecting him because he is not a member of the Latter Day Saints Church. Um, I know religion has nothing to do with this. Uh, what's the outcome of the charges? The wheel. Some will win, some will lose, but in the end, it all gets balanced out. The civil rights lawyer dropped part three of Ben's story over an hour long. I have not seen that. So it is TCRL. Is that the name of the YouTuber, the civil rights lawyer? Because I have been following his channel and his. That'd be great if you could. Good afternoon, Hershey. How you doing? Or good evening, Hershey.
Um, the barometric pressure is kicking my ass.
It's really high here today.
It's really bad here too. It's still just raining and pressure and pressure and pressure and pressure. I just wanted to pop in for just a minute so that you didn't think I left you hanging. Whew. Yeah, I'm not. It's the glasses that are hurting the worst. So I can hang out for a few minutes, but I cannot see the screen. I can't do anything. I can't see any cards, or I can just wish you the best of luck.
How did
The
your
pressure is a lot.
how did your true crime go with Tina this afternoon?
She did amazing. I unfortunately was unable to do any cards. I used the spirit box. Um, I'm not able to read with the pressure. Um, it's it's rough when it's this heavy.
And apparently, in the Nancy Guthrie case, I believe
Um,
yesterday a third ransom note was sent.
really, for
Yeah,
real?
yeah. Well,
Wow.
if you can believe the inner tubes, I mean inner YouTubes.
Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. I'll have to look at that Thursday. I have to look at that Thursday, see what I can see. Well, bro, I wish you the absolute best on your live tonight. Have an amazing time answering all the questions. And y'all, give him some good questions to look at. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, while she was in Houston, she had some days where it'd be worse, high pressure and low pressure, and headaches and not being able to see. So, so that was the end of question number 2. Let's get that. Hi Mo, how you doing? How can Ben's team best protect their integrity and safety while navigating this high stakes confrontation? Well, they can stay away from Utah. That would be the first and the best, safest way for them. But I know that Ben is back in Utah. He's got on the 30th, he's got a hearing, and on the 6th, he's got a hearing in Provo. We started out with the King of Pentacles, and King of Pentacles, you know, is just try to keep themselves comfortable. Keep an eye on the money because it's costing you in lawyers. Nobody's doing this pro bono for Ben. Their integrity. I think Ben's got all his ducks in a row, but we have the high priestess. So I think that the secrets and the hidden knowledge, um, and the schemes that Bricks and Minifigs have in their court will all be exposed during the trials. So Ben's integrity remains intact, but the integrity of Bricks and Minifigs will be lost. The outcome is the reversed 8 of Cups. So Ben is going towards something. Bricks and Minifigs are going to have to leave something behind. And I think they're going to be emotionally distraught because their ego is going to be hurt. They have their ego is going to be hurt. They're a bunch of you know blustery men who want to act all puffed up, but at the end of the night, I think they just cry into their pillow when this is all over. Ben and his posse have their integrity intact because they have all the video to prove their points. And they even have some video that's going to make them look bad, but they're going to be transparent all the way through. They're going to say, "Hey, yeah, that was shady." Ben even says that, in the video he made. Of course, the editing is very slick in the videos. He tells the story. He tells it well. He keeps you engaged, and that really keeps you into the story. And so he is an extremely good storyteller. But you can edit things to make things appear to be in your favor. Yeah, the system is supposed to work, but as the police like to say, there we do a little things a little different here. So veiling that as threats to Ben and his team. Our next question: what are the primary fears directing the actions of CEO Ammon McNabb and the executive leadership of Bricks and Minifigs? Big fear is that justice is going to be blind, and uh, anything that they show them won't be counted as real evidence because they haven't been able to show books or anything on the inventory of the takeover. The um, being blind, they don't have anything to show that can be believable. They don't have anything to say that is credible because they're saying that Ben and the posse have made threats to kill and blow up people, and that's just not um, that's just not what they do. Um, the next card is the Four of Cups, which is usually our apathy card, and if there's anybody going to be apathetic, it's going to be Bricks and Minifigs. I think Ben reaches out for any advantage that is given to him and offered to him. And Ammon's hopes do get dashed with the star card because stars are dim, uh, you know, unless it's our own sun. Many stars are bigger and brighter than our sun, but because of the distance, we don't appear that way to us because the sun is our closest star, and that takes precedence over all those other heavenly bodies further out in the heavens. What hidden dynamics or financial motives shape corporate's decision to distance themselves from the original consignment deal? Um, I- I'm just going to say, I think this is just going to take a one card reading. The Ten of Pentacles. They saw money and they kept themselves. Hey, we don't know anything about it. They knew everything about it, but they didn't want to claim anything about it because this was just going to make them money. Not Ammon. It's going to be Brandon and Joshua that's going to cash in on this. Who makes the claim that, oh, okay, we'll let you recover the store at whatever you think the value is, and then not have a third party inventory service come in and inventory the store. You let the new store owner determine what the inventory is. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna be fair. They're gonna underreport every time. So it's all about the money on Joshua and Brandon's end. Ammon, he's like the dad, just trying to cover for his children that are um, very unethical, just like Ammon and Matt's dad did for them, covered for them, even though the kids stole from him. Oh, this is a good question. What long-term impact will this controversy have on the overall survival and reputation of the Bricks and Minifigs franchise brand? Hopefully, the consumers that are in the Lego market do not hold it against the independent franchisees. Um, However, I think this is going to be such a scandal that um, damn corporate will not economically survive out of this. They think they're being slick with creating all these corporations and LLCs and shell companies, but somebody's going to find it. 10 of Wands, they're going to be burdened. They're going to have to carry this burden for a long time. Even the franchisees suffer. Um, you if it comes if it costs up to $500,000 to buy a franchise store, and to inventory stock it, it's a lot of cash outlay. The Knight of Pentacles, it's the slowest moving knight. This is not going to get solved overnight. It's going to drag on and on and on. The only thing that will be solved fairly quickly will be the settlement between the American Fort Police Department for civil rights violations. Insurance pays off, the taxpayers are hit for it, and they never go to court because police never go to court. Um, Page of Cups, everything is still fishy. The way the corporations were set up is all fishy. That's the reason that they couldn't be served, or the lawsuits, the 10 uh, small claims courts couldn't be settled, is because they hid behind the wrong address. They um, incorporated their brick. Joshua and Brandon incorporated the party room address, which there's a locked door, but it has a different address, and so the Bricks Minifigs franchisees and Bricks Minifigs Corps are represented here by the Two of Cups. There's going to be a breakup. Their franchisees are going to find a way to get out of their contracts early, and may even altogether file a class action lawsuit and really sabotage the company so they can't go on. Okay. Now, what long-term impact will this controversy have on the overall survival and reputation of the Bricks and Minifigs franchise brand? Has reportedly parted ways with Best and Johnson. What does the future hold for them legally and financially? Well, they've decided to part ways at the Salem location, but they still own the Eugene store, as far as I know. So it hasn't been a total cut off with them. Page of Wands. They've done this before, but the Page of Wands is the students. They're just passionate about things, and passion gets away of their emotions. They're not they're not thinking sensibly about things. Things. Queen of Swords reversed. So yeah, they're thinking they're being clever with their wording, but they're not well thought out, and it most of their words have been captured on some recording device or video and audio device, so that they can't weasel word their way out of of, of saying no. That's not what I said. Like they try to gaslight all the time, and the moon reversed. So there's going to be more and more things that are hidden that are going to be exposed by the by Best and Johnson. Um, they have had so many, have been caught in so many lies, and there's so many more that they want to tell. They want to get their truth out, but their truth seems to be only lies. Come on. What karmic lessons are Joshua Johnson and Brandon Best meant to face through this intense public backlash? Oh, Carmela, Carmela. Well, they need to have a better architect to their schemes. The Three of Pentacles. So that's their plans are not brought to fruition because they didn't hire the right architect. In the court of public opinion, they are absolute fools. They are not um, innocent fools. They are just reckless fools. Reckless Ben has the name Reckless, but um, Joshua Johnson and Brandon Best are utter fools. And justice catches up with them. So um, they get their come uppance, and maybe there will be criminal charges brought upon them. Now remember, YouTube tarot is um, all for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged till proven or disproven in a court of law. And that's what I want to leave you with tonight. Thanks for being here, everyone. Enjoy your Tuesday. Remember, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and go out and make it a great day. Bye.